quick video. Just wanted to do a quick comparison of ND Miatas to see who makes the best version with the release of the Enchery. This one, I believe these are lined up based on age, with the Oversteer being the oldest, followed by the Kyosho, and then the Enchery. These two may be swapped. I don't know, because I came into the diecast game, premium diecast game, late, and these two had already been released for many years, so I don't know which one of those is truly older. But I wanted to do a little comparison. So these are modified to an extent. This the Oversteer version, which comes with disc detail for the brakes, no calipers, which is a little cheap. So this company, Oversteer, now defunct, have been defunct for many years. They produced a lot of the late 2000s, mid to late 2000s Mazda lineup, like their complete lineup, as well as a GT86, the first gen, and some ND and MB Miatas. So yeah. So the problem with these models primarily was just in the taillights. So the taillights, what Oversteer did, which I never understood. Oversteer apparently went on to form LCD models. What I never understood was why they chose to do just solid red plastics for the taillights, immaculate detail all around, especially for the time, but then for whatever reason they chose not to color block the taillights, which didn't make sense to me. But with this model you get so the taillights have been swapped out with Kyosho's taillights that are properly color blocked. But these would have been $20 models when they were new, so that's pretty expensive in today's money. But at least you get immaculate paint. Fit and finish on a lot of their models is very good, and you get a rear view mirror. In this one in particular, you get reflective inserts in the side mirrors, as well as overall really good detail, I feel like, as well as more accurately scaled antenna as opposed to the Enchery, which we will look at. Okay, and then we have the Kyosho, which again may be older than the Oversteer, but I don't know by how much. Oh, also a separate piece for the badge, separate metal sticker or decal for the badge work, versus the Kyosho, which we have here, which you can see is printed. However, with the Kyosho, also limited headlight detail, but this is easily remedied because the Kyosho used the for the most part antiquated peg system for the headlights and the taillights, which is annoying on some models but works for the ND because the actual bulb and housing look kind of like pegs, and you can easily get away with fixing the headlights to make them look really good by just popping them out, applying some black paint, and dabbing it up with a chrome pen. It'll look phenomenal. It'll look like the other ones. It'll look really good. So I can't really add that as a knock because that's easily fixable. So no brake detail or facsimile or anything to suggest brake details. Just regular rims. Color block taillights accurately, which is really nice. No rear view mirror. This one has been modified because the Kyoshos come right hand drive. This has been left hand drive modified using using the interior from one of the, well, specifically the dash from another Enchery I'd bought, a white one that unfortunately had quality control issues with the headlights, and whatever adhesive they used caused it to fog up, and it just looked bad. And I was like, I don't need this. So I paid probably about $12.50 for this when new. Well, I don't know about new, but when it was available from Carlover Diecast many years ago, like 6 years ago or so. they used to have it pre-pandemic or before the pandemic really took off. They used to offer free shipping for orders over $100, and I took advantage of that and bought a bunch of stuff. They had a lot of Kyosho, specifically these ND Miatas, as well as post facelift GT86 and Subaru BRZs. And they're all like $1250, so got those. So nowadays, a little harder to get, and that's obviously going to be a considering factor when you're trying to look for for an ND. So that brings us finally to the Entry, which is the newest entry or newest release of this model of car, and it's a mixed bag in my opinion. So right now I paid about $13 for these shipped for each. So you're talking like mini GT prices. But is it mini GT quality? Yeah, I don't know. So as you'll notice off the back, there's no paint in the front vents. This is also repeated in the rear with no rear venting detail, which is mildly annoying. So the way that they did the brakes on these is that they're integrated into the chassis, which I do wish more people would do. The only problem with that is that if you want to customize it, if you want to try to lower it, if you want to put on custom wheels or anything like that, custom rims, it's hard. It's going to be harder to lower it, as opposed to if the chassis was plastic, or if the brake detail were separate pieces. But they do have, so you can't really see it because they have it all painted black, but it has the caliper detail. So all you got to do is hit it with have the brake disc and caliper detail. So all you got to do is hit it with, take off the wheels, hit it with the silver chrome paint, and paint the calipers, and you'll be able to see it through the wheels. However, the spokes are very thick for these wire style wheels, so which do not look the best. However, they do have the Mazda logo in the center, so that I guess is a plus. But then the negative is this comically large antenna in the rear. It's made of a soft material, and you can trim it if you want to try to bring it down to size, but just that size comparison, you get a rearview mirror, you get some nice tampo work on the interior. I don't know how to do this. If you can really see, but like on the seats, it says Mazda, and then the interior, you get a screen as well as a Mazda on the steering wheel on the steering wheel. No reflective material. It's just like almost a flat silver in the side view mirrors, but I mean that's easily fixable. You can just apply some chrome paint, as well as the rear view mirror. You can just apply some chrome paint. License plate detail, don't really care about that kind of stuff because I'm like, I would prefer blank license plates so I can put my own license plates. I hate when they do it for me. Like, that's what I love about Kyosho, because Kyosho has always done that, blank license plate. But yeah, so two of these feature license plate detail. I don't believe either are separate parts. The Entry is definitely paint. I don't know about the Oversteer, which is also Inter-Allied. That was a subsidiary. But yeah, I think obviously now in terms of availability, the Entry is the easiest to acquire. And in case people were wondering, the licensed people, all three of these will be licensed. The Entry is licensed based on the box. What I do with the box? Okay, right here. So it's in collaboration with GCD. I don't know if Entry was acquired by GCD, but yeah, if you look here, you see that it's licensed by Mazda. So yeah, I guess if you want an ND, my personal opinion, I would just go for the older Oversteer. in my opinion, I feel like it's the best representative of the ND. And it is hard because since I'm partial to the Kyosho, to recommend, but it's like realistically, just go out and get the Enchery and modify it as you see fit. Again, my personal knocks are the comically large antenna and the fact that it would be much more difficult to modify if need be, or if you just want to, if you want to slam it and put it on like 15s or something, like it's gonna be more difficult to do than with either of the other two. So it really just depends on what you're looking for. I don't think that the Enchery is a bad choice, but I would personally either go with the if available for a decent price, a good price. I don't think you're gonna get them for $13 like the Enchery, but I would go for either of the other two, the Oversteer or the Kyosho. So yeah, that was it. Quick video. Just wanted to run a showcase and a comparison. Oops. Since now we have 3 ND, at least licensed NDs. There is another brand. I believe it was. Can't remember the brand. Secret Weapon, Street Weapon, or something. They have like a Liberty Walk ND. It's cool, but I don't know. It's highly detailed, but I don't know about availability. It's also left-hand drive, so if you need left-hand drive dashes for your swaps, that's also another option. So, but yeah, so quick little video. Alright, deuces.